So thank you for that lovely welcome. It's so great to see everyone here. I'm sorry if what I say overlaps a little. So as we all know, the government and the live export industry are trying to convince New Zealanders that live export can be made a high welfare practice. They're saying this because they will use only purpose-built ships in the future, which they tell us will ensure gold standard voyages for animals. But they are lying. There were 30 voyages during 2020 to 2023 that used these exact types of purpose-built ships that they are talking about. On these voyages, there were 262 deaths. Does that sound like gold standard?
No!
On these voyages, there were also over 1,000 cases of respiratory issues, over 400 cases of lameness, over 1,800 ringworm infections, over 900 conjunctivitis infections, and cases of septic arthritis, premature birth, lacerations, abscesses, diarrhea, mastitis, and hip injuries. Does that sound like gold standard, world-class, high welfare?
No!
It does not. There is no such thing as high welfare live export. It is not possible. Live export is inherently cruel and it simply can never be made high welfare. Animals are not cargo. Each of them is a sentient individual. On live export voyages, each one of these animals suffers their own experiences of fear and exhaustion, of standing in their own excrement, of severe heat stress, and often horrible infections and injuries. Cows are sensitive animals, and since they're used to standing on the firm ground, just the experience of a rocking boat in itself causes them a great amount of fear, let alone all these other factors like the heat and the filth and the infections and injuries. Now, as if all that was not enough, these cows then face horrific treatment once they reach China. From the moment they arrive until they die a barbaric death, any kind of extreme cruelty can be inflicted upon them because there are no welfare laws in China. Live export is cruel and unacceptable on every level. And so we will not be shutting up about it until the government listens to us.
Yay!
The live export industry may have money to run huge campaigns, but we have the truth. The evidence is crystal clear that live export can never be made high welfare, and the public will not fall for the industry's campaigning because we will keep showing everyone over and over the reality of live export, which no one can deny is plain cruel.
Yeah!
I would also like to point out that by overturning the ban on live export, the government would not only be hurting animals, they would be hurting New Zealand's reputation and our global image, and our economy. Now, even if this government doesn't care much about animals like we do, I thought that they cared about our reputation and our economy. And what about our farmers and their reputation? I thought they cared about our farmers. I thought they cared about our economy. And overturning the ban is going to be a terrible move for all of those things as well. And at the very least, do they not care what New Zealanders want? Because a poll found recently that 61% of Kiwis do not want the ban overturned. Even the majority of farmers do not want the ban to be overturned. And furthermore, over 28,000 people so far have signed the petition urging the government to keep the ban.
Yeah! Keep the ban!
Kiwis do not support cruelty, and we will not shut up until the government listens to us and vows to keep